Happy Wednesday. How are you? Things in my life are so busy and crazy. I am working on a workbook. I am trying to write another book. I'm speaking all over the place. Certainly not complaining because this is what I'm called to do. This is what brings life to me. And so, if anything, it's exciting. But there are so many complaining people in the world, boy. You ever met somebody who just is always finding something wrong with what's happening? No matter how good it is, they can find the one thing that just is not quite right. And you're like, really? If what you focus on expands or gets bigger, then why do you keep focusing on what's wrong? What positive result is that possibly going to bring? It makes you aggravated, angry, disappointed, frustrated, all kinds of things like that. And it doesn't do anything positive to talk about what's wrong. It doesn't even make things better. What makes things better is you go, this is seeing what's wrong. This is what's wrong. And so what can we do to negate that? What can we do to make that better? What can we do to change that? That's what you focus on. You focus on change. And if you'll focus on what you're doing right, you'll do more of what's right, and you won't have as much to complain about. It isn't a hard thing, in my mind anyway. I'm not a complainer. I just have never been a complainer. I have never been somebody who is always finding something wrong. I just think it's really silly, and it doesn't accomplish anything, but it's just a bad habit. It's just something you've learned to do. Maybe your parents did it, maybe somebody you respected, or it's just in your nature to do it. You have to discipline yourself to do something different. You have to. Nothing in your life changes unless you say, hey, I don't like this, and so I'm going to learn to do something different. And it takes discipline. You have to go, when you catch yourself complaining, you have to go, oh, I said I wasn't going to complain anymore. And then find something positive about the situation and repeat it to yourself 10 times. Or find 10 good things about the situation. And they can be silly things. I can't think of a circumstance to tell you and explain it all. It would be too much talking and too complicated. You know how to find something positive. You know how to look on the bright side. You can look at the negative stuff or you can look at the positive. But things are never going to get better if you just keep focusing on that negative stuff. You have to go, I don't think so. This is not what I'm going to look at. This is not what I'm going to focus on. I'm going to think of something different. I'm going to do what I can to make this situation better. You can. You have so much more power over your life, over your circumstances, over your emotions than you realize. Our minds are super, super powerful, and they can produce positive things in our circumstances. What you think about gets bigger and bigger. What you focus on becomes reality. If you say, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to stop eating junk, I'm going to not eat sugar, and this is where your mind is, I'm going to exercise every day. And you get up and you push yourself to do it, and you don't eat sweets, and you don't eat, overeat or whatever. Before you know it, you've lost 1 pound, 2 pounds, 3 pounds. It's a process. Every change we have to make is a process. But you can do it. You can make things different. And you do that by looking at what's positive. So focus on that this week and discipline yourself to do that this week, and you'll have a better week. Promise. See you next week. It's important that we have a reason to wake up every day. It's amazing. I've experienced it, and so can you. Take your feelings to Him. He's good. You can do it. It'll make a difference.